Chapter 7 System of Particles and Rotational Motion. So, the title itself, we have the system of particles. What is particles? Any object which has a finite mass. Finite mass means measurable mass, means that is called as a particle. Its size and internal structures are neglected. Then what is system? The collection of these large number of particles, but there must be an interaction between the particles in the system. So we can say that system is a collection of very large number of the particles. That particles must have a mutual interacting with one another. So if there is no interaction between the particles, means the collection of large number of particles is not at all said to be a system. So a system must have two conditions: large number of particles, but that particles have a mutual interaction between them. So this mutual force between the particles in the system is called as an internal force. The force that supplied from the outside of the system is called as an external force. Next one is center of mass. So the center of mass of a body is said to be a point where the whole mass of the body, is supposed to be concentrated for describing the translatory motion. Very simple words, we can say that the entire mass of the body concentrated at one particular point. That particular point motion is equivalent to the system motion. So that's why they are saying that the point where the whole mass of the body is supposed to be concentrated for describing its translatory motion. So we are going to see that very simple system which consists of only two particles. So what is the center of mass of a two particle system? We take the two particles P1 and P2, and M1 and M2 are masses of their particles 1 and 2 respectively, and R1 and R2 are position vector at time t with respect to origin. That means the distance of the particle P1 and P2 from the origin. So that will be clearly explained in this picture. So the picture shows this is the origin. This is the particle 1 with mass m1 and particle 2 with mass m2. There is a mutual attraction between the mass 1 and mass 2. That is a F12 is a force exerted by the mass 1 on mass 2. Then the force exerted by the mass m2 on m1 is F21. So again I will say that F12 is a force exerted by the mass m1 on m2. F21 is force exerted by the mass m2 on m1. There is a mutual interaction between the particles. So these two particles combine to form a system as per the definition. So from the origin, the distance from the origin to the particle 1 is r1. That is a position vector r1, and for particle 2 is a r2. So we assume that this point, the line joining the two particles, that any one point, that point is considered as a center of mass of these two particles. So the distance from origin to the center of mass of the two particle system is r center of mass. That is a position vector of the center of mass. So here F12 is a force exerted by the M1 on M2, and F2 is a force exerted by M2 on M1. Then what is the F1 external and F2 external? These two are the external forces, outside forces acting on the particle M1 and M2. So the total F1 and F2 is equal to total F external force. So if the external force is applied, part of the force will be applied on particle 1 and part of the force will be applied on particle 2. So we can say that F1 external force and F2 external force. Here there is a mutual interaction between these two particles, So these two particle interactions are equal and opposite, hence it is equal to 0. Then only we can say that the system is in equilibrium. So as per the Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. So the total force on particle m1, the total force on particle m1 is m1a1 which is equal to f112 plus f1 external. That is, in the particle m1 there is a two forces. One force is the force exerted by the m1 on m2, that is a f12, and another one is a external force. So f12 plus f1 external. Similarly, the force on the second particle is m2a2. So m2a2 which is equal to f21 plus f2 external. So what is the total force on this system? What is the total force on this system is f1 plus f2, that is m1a1 plus m2a2, which is equal to f121 plus f221. So we have to add these two equations, f12 plus f21, which is equal to f1 external plus f2 external. So already we know that f12 plus f12 plus f21 is equal to 0. So this becomes 0. So finally we get f1 external plus f2 external. So f1 external plus f2 external is the sum of these two one is equal to total force applied on the system. That is the total force F is equal to m1a1 plus m2a2. Similarly, for the center of mass, by the Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. F is the total force, m is the total mass of the system, a is the acceleration of the center of mass. That is this center of mass. Again I will recall you what is the center of mass. This is a point where the whole mass of the body possessed to be concentrated. Whole mass will be concentrated on this point, and that point will describe the translatory motion. So this point movement only describe the whole system motion. So then only we can say that ACM, that is acceleration of center of mass acceleration. We know that center of mass position vector. Now we are going to determine what is the center of mass acceleration. So m1a1 plus m2a2, because the total force is m1a1 plus m2a2. So total mass into center of mass acceleration, which is equal to m1 into a1 means acceleration is the velocity by time, rate of change of velocity, rate of change of velocity. It is a 1, and this is a second particle, this is a particle. So m1 dv1 by dt, then dv2 by dt. Then you bring this m total mass to this side, means denominator 1 by m. Again velocity is a rate of change of displacement, so we can write dv1 by dt, which is equal to d squared r1 by dt squared, plus dv2 by dt, which is equal to d squared r2 by dt squared. So very simple, students. The differentiation of rate of change of displacement is velocity. The rate of change of velocity is acceleration. So acceleration is a second order derivative. That is a second order derivative of displacement, d square r by dt square plus d square r by dt squared. Then what is the total mass? The total mass of the system is m1 plus m2. So we can write the total mass as a m1 plus m2. Then d by dt square will be taken outside. So m1 r1 plus m2 r2 divided by m1 plus m2. Here also that acceleration, the acceleration center of mass is equal to d square rcm by dt squared. Rcm is a position vector of the center of mass. So d squared by dt and d squared by dt get cancelled. So the position vector of the center of mass is equal to m1 r1 plus m2 r2 by m1 plus m2. So dear students, very simple. Rate of change of displacement is velocity, rate of change of velocity is acceleration. So acceleration is a second order derivative of the displacement. So it is a center of mass displacement or cm. So very clearly understand, students, for center of mass we are calculating the what is the acceleration for single particle, then what is the acceleration for the second particle. But our question is what is the total system acceleration is center of mass acceleration is equal to total system acceleration as per the definition, because the whole point where the whole mass of the body is supposed to be concentrated, whole mass of the body, that system will be concentrated at one particular point. That particular point will describe the motion of the body. So that particular point is called as a center of mass. This center of mass motion only describes the whole system motion. That only clearly explained here. So the center of mass for the two particle system is derived now.